And welcome to this edition of the Coach Kerry Johnson Sports Show. Join me, first-year head coach Kerry Johnson. And, Kerry, first of all, welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. It's good to be here. I'm tickled to be doing my dream job this year.
You're getting ready. Football kicks off. It's hard to believe, but it's that time again.
Well, if everything goes like we hope, we get to play Friday night. That's been the if all summer long. When are we going to get it started? We finally got started. Hopefully they don't pull the rug out from under us 2 days beforehand here, or 3 days.
We'll take a look at this season. We'll take a look at some projected starters. I'll get it out in a moment. Projected starters, and we'll take a look at Jackson County. All coming up right after this word from the Union Bank.
For more than a century, Union Bank has been serving the people of Fentress County. Now, as we begin a new chapter in our history of service, we want to take this opportunity to reassure you that while our building may be new, we're still the same friendly people you have known for years. Union Bank, the same people, the same goals, and the same commitment to you. Union Bank, your locally owned hometown bank for more than a century, growing to meet your needs. Equal Housing Lender Member FDIC.
And right back here with Coach Kerry Johnson. And, Coach, you guys really haven't had a whole lot of time to practice.
Well, we missed spring practice, obviously, and we got started finally in June, barely in June, and got some good conditioning in during June. Got to the dead period, kicked back up again, and we got some good work in through our summer months up in the preseason, and then we got kind of hit again here a couple of weeks ago with the COVID-19 and had to be shut down for 10 days, and so we've had 2 days in last Friday and Saturday. We got 2 good days in, and hopefully we can get a good weekend this week and be ready to go as much as we can.
Coach, take a look at what you see as your projected starters for this season as far as offense, defense, and special teams.
Well, special teams we're still looking at special teams. We have a fairly good idea who we want to have on special teams because we don't take it lightly. But with offensively, left tackle, we'll probably go with Levi Ramsey at left tackle, Evan Tompkins at left guard, Eli Kirby at center, Ben Cooper at right guard, Ricky Clark, as we call him, Ricky Bobby Clark at right tackle. And our backfield will be Thaddeus Tolman. He's kind of an H-back, tight end / guy. And we have Dalton Barger, probably quarterback, obviously, back from last year, and then Zach Gibson at one running back, and Caden Stover at the other one right now as starters. And our receivers we're receivers by core. We got 5 or 6 will be going in and out at receivers.
Defensively, what does it look on that side of the ball?
A lot of those same guys will be going both ways. Across the front line, we're probably going to have Zach Gibson at one of the defensive ends and Evan Tompkins at the other one. Nose guard's still up in the air. I think it's probably going to be Ben Cooper's going to be the nose. Nathaniel Castellian is they're back and forth on there, so they'll be platooning quite a bit there. Ricky Clark again at tackle. The other tackle is kind of up in the air. It's been back and forth. Austin Cooper's in there right now. Josh Bennett will see some action at one of those spots as well. Linebacker, once again, Eli Kirby, probably in the middle. Seth Helbig at one of the outside, and probably Isaiah Strong at the other outside. And our secondary is Barger, Thaddeus Tolman, and Brett Jones.
Coach, if you look at last year's team and this year's team, what will be the difference as far as philosophies and, game strategies?
Offensively, we're going to still be a run-oriented team. We're a run-first team. That's kind of York football's been through forever. We'll run a lot more triple option this year. We'll have wider splits in our line than what we've had in the past, and be a little bit more open, I guess. Defensively, we closed the season out last year running an odd man front, and did pretty well with it. So we want to kind of stick with that. And we are changing up in the secondary this year a little bit with what we're doing back there, and I think it's going to help us. I think we'll probably have the best secondary we've had since we've been here out there on the field this year, really.
Well, Coach, we talked with athletic director Bruce Winningham earlier today about the COVID guidelines and all that. It is going to cause a little bit of a problem, but something we can work around.
Well, we're hoping. I had talked to Coach Winningham earlier, and he was kind of concerned with everything that's going on. We've had quite a few people sent home with it. And I don't know how many people are on distant learning right now. We're just we're having to learn all that on the fly too as teachers over there.
Coach, this season you're going to be in a district that maybe not as strong as it has been in the past, but still some pretty good teams in there, and you got some good non-district games as well.
Yeah, obviously you have Upperman, who's been the head of the class the last couple of years. Until you knock them off, they're the team to beat. And then we got, I think, Smith and Squatchy. I think we're all in the mix this year. I don't know of anybody that probably couldn't beat somebody on a given night this year, and that's probably the first time that's been the way it is in the last couple of years. Out of district, yeah, we got Oneida, Grace Christian. That's two pretty good foes we're going to be playing. And of course, Jackson County, we beat them in the fourth quarter last year, and they didn't lose a soul. So we're going to have, this is one of the better Jackson County teams we faced.
Not to mention you got a good Livingston team coming back.
And of course, you don't have to talk about those guys, Maha guys. So yeah, they were undefeated last year. I think they lost quite a few, but it's still Livingston.
Well, the Dragons have got a short preseason, no preseason scrimmage games or anything like that. So we're going to take a quick break. Then we'll come back and take a look at our first game opponent, the Jackson County Blue Devils, right after this.
For more than a century, Union Bank has been serving the people of Fentress County. Now, as we begin a new chapter in our history of service, we want to take this opportunity to reassure you that while our building may be new, we're still the same friendly people you have known for years. Union Bank, the same people, the same goals, and the same commitment to you. Union Bank, your locally owned hometown bank for more than a century, growing to meet your needs. Equal Housing Lender Member FDIC.
Back here on the Coach Kerry Johnson Sports Show. And Coach, you got Jackson County. What do you know about the Blue Devils?
Well, they're very well disciplined, well coached. They were pretty physical against us last year, and like I said, they got most of those guys back. They're going to be pretty similar to what they did. They're going to do the same thing. They kind of run I call it an Auburn bunch offensively. They do a lot of bunch receiver sets, especially three on one side and put one single on the other side a lot. They'll throw the ball quite a bit. Of course, a lot of these teams that try to spread you out will like to spread you out and just run it. It's not like they're just going to throw it all the time. Defensively, they run they call it, I think they actually refer to it as a 4-2, but they run a nose in there a lot. So to us, we almost treat it like it's a 50, like a 5 front. So that's kind of how we prepare for it. And so they're going to be very similar. And they do stunt their linebackers quite a bit in the A and B gaps. They're 2 inside linebackers.
Coach, offensively, I know you hadn't had a lot of time to practice. I guess he's going to be back to the basics as far as offense to get started this first game.
That's pretty much we definitely threw out about half the playbook just to be able to do what we're going to do effectively. We do have quite a few formations, but honestly, we'll be running a lot of the same plays out of those formations. Hopefully we can have those down and not be struggling with who our assignments are on those. If we play assignment football, I think we'll be okay.
You mentioned assignments. That's going to be key for the defense as well, who also hasn't had a lot of practice.
No, but at least they're in a similar, like I said, we finished the season running this, so we're in a similar type of a set defensively. And like I said, our secondary is different, but we have the guys back there are pretty intelligent, so they caught on pretty quick, and they've looked really. I'm pleased, very pleased with how we're looking right now on that side of the ball.
With the short practice season and no pregame, I guess one of the probably scariest parts of the game would be your special teams.
Well, that's what we came out here Saturday, and that's all we did. We basically came here and worked on kickoff return, punt return, extra points, because we have not. That was usually you start really focus on that the last 2 or 3 weeks. Well, we didn't get that last 2 or 3 weeks, so we had to cram it all in there and Saturday, and we're going to work on it a lot today.
Coach, have you got any numbers from Jackson County as far as players to watch for?
Their quarterback is I'm going by pretty much what they were last year. Number 5, he's their guy. He will throw it with pressure on him. Just don't care to stand there in the pocket and look right down the pressure and throw it, deliver it. A couple of good running backs there. Can't remember numbers right now off the top of my head, but like I said, they play what a lot of people refer to as a sniffer. He plays kind of it's a nut back that plays I guess similar like we'd call an H-back, and he's their blocker. He takes you. You follow him, he's going to take you to the ball pretty much every place. He's their kind of their lead blocker in their running place. So we'll focus on that guy a lot.
Coach, with this season getting started, I know it would be great to get out to a good start and get that first win of the season, and hopefully get to keep playing the rest of the season.
It means everything this year because you don't know when it's going to, if or when it would be shut down. So to get a win, who knows? It may be a one-game season. You know, we don't know. But yeah, this is as big as the opening game as you can have under the circumstances.
I know you like a great big crowd out here.
Unfortunately,
great big crowd for a COVID crowd.
It'll be sold out. I think they're going to allow 25% capacity, and the way I understand it, that's about 500 tickets. I think we're going to sell. We may try to bring some temporary stands in. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but it's going to be very limited. Players, parents are going to be allowed to buy 4 tickets. The visiting team was given 80 tickets or so to sell, and then whatever's left out of that is what's going to be sold for whoever first come, first serve. I think on the way I understand it right now on Friday, you know, about an hour and a half before the game, tickets will go on sale.
Well, it's going to be an interesting season to start. Just to get through all the guidelines is going to be interesting.
Masks on, temperatures checked. Yeah, I don't know how much they'll stay on once they get in here. I don't know how they're going to try to police that, but we'll see. And I don't know about concessions, what that's going to be like. We're going to have a hard time letting enough people in here to pay the officials this year, to be honest with you.
Well, Coach, we want to thank you for joining us, and best of luck. You take on Jackson County Friday night, and let's say best of luck that we get the whole season in.
Amen to that.
That's going to do it for this edition of the Coach Kerry Johnson Sports Show. Be sure to join us next week. Be sure to turn out Friday night as York takes on Jackson County here at the Pit. Game time is at 7 p.m., but if you're going to get a ticket, folks, get here real early. Till next week for 15104 Sports, I'm Gary Clark. See you at the game.